What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we have an affordable micro compact red dot from Viridian. The model number is the RFX11, and let's get right into it. All right, the footprint, most important. It takes an RMSC or a Hollison K series footprint, which is kind of the standard. Not kinda, it is the standard when it comes to micro red dots, and that's the footprint it has, and that makes me happy. That's great. The body of the optic is polymer, so it's going to be very lightweight. I will question the durability a little bit. I don't know if this is a duty rated optic. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But the body is polymer, but the lens is glass. So a lot of the polymer body red dots also have a polymer glass. This does not. This has actual glass with a polymer body. And the dot that's in there is green, of course, because this is Viridian and they love green and they do everything green. You know, I go back and forth on green and red dots. Bottom line, I don't really care. I see both of them very well. I pick both of them up fine. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me. But you may be different. I know there's a lot of folks who prefer one color over the other. Maybe if you're colorblind to red or green, that's not the way to go. Any other color will probably be fine. Now, the dot has auto adjust, and we're going to talk more about auto adjust in a second. There's a little sensor on the side, and it automatically adjusts the brightness of the red dot based on the light around you. And I think the dot is fairly clear, but a lot of times with the auto adjust, the dot is much brighter than it needs to be. So that 3 MOA dot should be much smaller than what I'm looking at right now. And it's not. It's pretty large, pretty blown out. So I don't think it's that the dot is not clear. I just think it's brighter than it needs to be, and that's why it looks that way. The window is fairly clear. For the first time, this red dot is sub $200. So as we go through the rest of this, just keep in mind we're talking about a sub $200 red dot. So the window is pretty clear. I do see a little distortion on the bottom. I don't really see much on the top or side. The glass, for any price red dot, especially one sub $200, is darn good. Now, before we get into that auto adjustment, because we need to talk about that for a second, we do have a sponsor of the video again. We're growing up, big time channel. We're getting sponsors in almost every video now. It's PTS Barricade. They sponsored a video about a month ago. They liked what we did. They sponsored another one, and I am honored. I've had mine for over a year. They make barricades, but they collapse, they expand, and they're foldable. So if you need to take something back and forth to the range, or if you're limited on space or anything like that, check them out. They're high quality barricades. They have a bunch of different sizes, different colors, different thickness of wood, and the real claim to fame is that they collapse on themselves, they fold up, they expand, they do all sorts of magical, wonderful stuff. And thank you to PTS Barricades for sponsoring the video, and there will be a link in the video description if you want to check them out. So auto adjust, there's no buttons to increase and decrease the brightness. Like I said, on the side there's a little sensor. It picks up the light around and adjusts the dot accordingly. It sounds great, and if you're just at the range and you're plinking and you're not using it for duty purposes, no big deal, auto adjust is fine. The reason I don't like it for duty purposes is if you're in a low light environment and you light up a white light, the dot doesn't know how to react, and I've never seen a red dot, including this one, that knows what to do when it's dark out and you shoot a light out the front, because back where the sensor is, it's still dark, and it has that red dot so dim that you can't see it with all the white light shooting out the front of the gun. So that's why I don't like auto adjustment for duty guns. If it's not for duty guns, then I don't think it really matters. All right, what was next? I lost my spot. Bottom battery compartment. So it takes a 2032 battery, which is great, super common. It has a 30,000 hour battery life, very respectable again for a red dot, sub $200. The drawback is it's a bottom battery compartment. So when that battery does die, you do have to take it off, swap the battery, put it back on, check your zero, fix your zero, redo your zero, whatever. The battery will last for a long time because it does have an auto off. You let it sit for a few minutes, it turns off with an instant on. The second it senses any movement, it turns right back on. And I did leave it there at the range to make sure that works, and it did. I went, shot some drills, came back, it was off, tapped it, it turned right back on. So your battery life will last a long time, but it is a bottom battery compartment, just so you know. Windage and elevation adjustments are pretty standard as far as you have one on the top and one on the side. They're not tactile, nor would I expect them to be on a red dot this price. It's just a dial that spins. Did not slow me down sighting it in. I sight so many dots in, it didn't really matter to me. They're 1 MOA adjustment per click, even though there's no clicks, you just kind of spin it. But fairly standard windage and elevation adjustments. You can take a look at the dimensions and the weight. This thing, again, is really small. It is extremely light and extremely affordable. As always, I will put some affiliate links down in the video description if you're looking to pick one of these up. Hopefully, I could find you a good deal. MSRP is $189.99, but I did see it for a little bit less right before I hit record on this video. I did see it for a little bit less. All right, testing. This is the other part that we need to talk about. In my eyes, in my opinion, for what it's worth, a red dot that has a polymer body is not a duty-rated optic. And if it's not a duty-rated optic, it's okay, it's fine. Everything has a purpose. I don't do my normal testing. My normal testing is a minimum of 500 rounds shooting and 100 rounds racking the red dot off of something, you know, a barrel, a barricade, a piece of wood, whatever's around, racking it really hard off of something. And I don't believe this is duty rated. I don't believe it would withstand that. So I did not do that testing. I view this as more of something for the range, something for a plinkster, something for fun. For example, I put this on a Taurus TX22. I'm also reviewing this Taurus. I thought that was a perfect match, having this very light red dot on a 22 LR pistol, and my son loved this combo. He tore it up and shot it a whole bunch, which was good. So that's my opinion, and that's why I didn't do the normal testing. But we did shoot somewhere between 300 or 400 rounds through this gun so far. I'm trying to get to the 500 round mark before I do the review on the pistol, and it's all just been plinking, having fun. Like I said, most of that shooting was me. My son probably shot 100-ish rounds through it. Hitting steel, drawing from the holster, nothing crazy. It's a 22, and we were just having fun and picking up that dot and seeing how the dot worked. And so far, so good. So my biggest pros, the price has to be number one. You're getting a red dot from a good, well-known company like Viridian for sub $200. That's really tough to beat the price and what you get. The battery life is excellent. I like the auto off instant on addition to it, and the footprint is perfect. Anybody making a micro compact footprint should be the exact same RMSC K-Series Holosun footprint. That is the way to do it. As far as cons, I don't know if I want to mention auto adjust. I was going back and forth. I personally don't love the auto adjust on a duty red dot, but in my opinion, this is not a duty red dot, so I'm okay with it. Like, if this was my Taurus, I don't think this is mine to keep. If it was to keep, I would leave this on there all day, let my son, all the new shooters, whoever shoot this, because it's a perfect combo. That is just my opinion. Overall, it is priced accordingly, and that's all we can ask for. That's all we care about. Let me thank Viridian for sending it out to the channel. Very, very nice of them. Hopefully, I can get one of their other red dots in. They have a new enclosed red dot that looks like it would be for duty rated, and we can do a full-on test, breaking it off stuff, breaking it, seeing how durable it is. Hopefully, they will send me one of those and we can do a review on those. Again, there will be some affiliate links down in the video description if you want to pick one of these up. Hopefully I can find you a good deal. Sponsor of the video, I'll put their logo somewhere here, is PTS Barricades, collapsible, foldable, expandable, cool barricades. Check the link in the video description. We have swag, we have shirts, we have patches. The shirts are very soft, they fit athletically, they're really high quality, they're made by TriStar Trading. So if you want to support the channel, that is the best way to do so. If not, it's okay. I still love you. Before you go, like, comment, subscribe, enable the bell notifications. If you do any of those things, Santa says thank you. He loves you. He will not put coal in your stocking if you do any of those things, especially subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!